Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for a purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. For uses of use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, education, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Now let's start this dang show.
You gonna have any fights this week? Oh man, we gotta have some fights.
Pete, when your offense is scoring 16.6 points a game and it's struggling, what do you attribute that to? Can you put it to one thing or something?
Yeah, we've had a bunch of turnovers. Had a bunch of turnovers in games, and you can't win. What a great illustration last night of a game to watch the Giants in Philadelphia. They run for 170 something yards, and they're +2 in the turnover ratio in a game. I mean, that's enough right there to tell you. And they were fortunate that they played well on third down, and Philly didn't. And so there's particular makeups of the game that really make a difference, and taking care of the football is absolutely primary focus. Unfortunately, we're not doing that well enough yet.
What are you building towards in terms of what do you want the identity of this team to be?
Yeah, we want to be a really well-rounded, balanced football team. That means you can count on all three phases, and we're doing well and coming through. Whether you turn the ball over by them taking the ball off an interception, or you give them a field goal, a field position change with a return, those are turnovers. It's all the same thing. They're listed the same, but they have the same impact on the games. So we have to get rid of all that stuff. That can't be part of our play. And the runs and passes that we call, the defenses we call, the pressures that we call, that's part of it. But we have to make sure that the big results are in our favor, and then we have to clean our stuff up across the board. So we've always looked to be that kind of a team. And one of the real elements of that is running the football. And so we're working hard. I think we continue to improve and see good signs that we're getting better running the football.
You guys have eliminated those players. You've been in a competitive football team. Is that cause for more frustration of the frustration between hopefulness too? That look, if those are eliminated,
it's all these guys have been hearing, and we have to act on the approach and the mentality, the philosophy about taking care of the football is like it's the first words I talked about from day one. So it's frustrating to me that I'm not getting the results that I'm used to. We've had teams, the last couple teams I coached, by the time I left them, we were plus 100 something, in turnover ratio, and so we haven't turned that corner yet. But it can happen. It can happen in a flash, and usually it happens in bunches when it happens. So from this point forward, there's still. Let me give you a number here. If you're +1 in turnover ratio in a game, you win like 70-something% of the time. Okay, so let's get the plus this week. Let's get the plus next week, and let's see what happens to our football team. You'll see the whole complexion of the games change.
What is up?
What's up?
What happened? Wait, what happened to you? All right. Did they lock you up for your rant?
Up again.
Did they lock you up for your rant on Wednesday?
Yes, so.
The audio version of Asylum is here. You heard Pete Carroll. What is going on with your? There you go. What is going on with your offense? Well, it's turnovers. Oh yeah. Asylum, what is the reason for a lot of these turnovers that we see? Gio Smith. Why do you say it? Be confident in what we have, okay? Be confident in what we have as quarterback. That's the reason to why we have so many turnovers. Interception. 6-9, baby. But that's in the past, okay? We're looking to the future. Like McGuire said, right here to talk about the past, we're talking about the future and how we can prosper. Asylum, how are you doing on Friday?
Oh, I've had better Fridays, but at least it's Friday and I got the weekend coming up, so that's what I get to look forward to.
Oh yeah, that's what we're all looking forward to, and then Sunday happens, and then we're just like, okay, Raiders, which Raiders are we going to see today? And that's what we're going to talk about right now, with the Raiders and the matchup between them and the Titans in Las Vegas. So let's break it down, Asylum. Here we go. Let's talk about. Let's turn off the music. There we go. Why don't I got it? All right. Asylum. Let's look at this right here. Let's look at the history. The Raiders lead the all-time series. Now, this all goes all the way back to the Houston Oilers. The Houston Oilers. Even though right now it's still the Tennessee Titans, but they're from the Houston Oilers back in the AFL days. No, that whatever. 30-22. 30-22. The Raiders lead the all-time series. But in the last 10 wins, it's been even 5-5. Last two games, the Raiders have lost to the Tennessee Titans, and we know that the last time, I call it the last time the Raiders really won something that was important was the AFC Championship game in 2002 against the Tennessee Titans, led by why am I forgetting his name? I just saw Steve McNair. Steve McNair. I remember Steve McNair. That's to come to you like that. So anyway, Asylum, looking at this right here. Are we? And I got it right this time because last week I messed up, but now I got it right. Tennessee and all that. Okay.
Tennessee.
1-4 now for them. 1-4 now for us. Are we due? We're the favorites. But are we
actually?
Yeah.
I find that one hard to believe. We're the favorites to have Geno Smith throw some more interceptions. I believe that one.
Oh. We would get Aljobu out, but he's 0-2 this season, so we're not going to do Aljobu.
What's the over-under, if anybody can tell me? What's the over-under for Geno Smith throwing interceptions in this game? Take
probably,
the over.
Let's say odds are 2-1. I don't know. But okay, last two games the Raiders lost in Tennessee, 22-24. Tennessee won that one in 2022, and then back in Oakland, the last season in Oakland, the Titans routed us. Well, I guess that's the kind of scores we're used to. At 42, losing 42-21. So
they scored 21 in Oakland.
Man. But yeah, this is one of those games, and I want to say, let me take this off. I want to say, listen to Hondo's podcast, the one right after the game that right after the last game, where he said this is one of those teams coming into Allegiant Stadium that we should treat like a homecoming game. Like that's the game that we're supposed to take care of business. And I remember he said that last year when the Patriots, but when the Panthers came in to Allegiant Stadium, and that was supposed to be our homecoming. It was our first home game of the season, but it was supposed to be our homecoming where we take care of business because it's a lowly team. So when he said that, I got a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie, because you remember what happened last year. The Red Rocket took care of us.
That game too.
We got routed by the Red Rocket. Okay.
And rifle.
whatever, what's his name again? The dude from the Bengals. He went to the Panthers.
Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton. We got Andy.
We got Andy. Quick, Andy's coming.
Yeah, drop. That's what happened. We dropped. What is up, everybody? Anna, what's up? Anna, what's up? Vincent, what is up? Edward, what's up, Edward? How you guys doing? And my sister, what is up? Elise, she got a good lead right now in fantasy. She had Jalen Hurts, and I wanted to bring that up too because Pete Carroll brought it up in the intro, in that video. He talked about the game last night, and I watched the game last night. And Asylum, I saw Jackson Dart play. I saw Jackson Dart make some plays. I saw Jackson Dart get hit in the chin, was out for a little bit. They put him into the tent. Dayball was mad. He was yelling at the where's my quarterback? Is he ready? They put in Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson threw 2 incompletions. They had to punt the ball. The whole stadium, because it was in New York, was upset. They were mad. They were booing. And then when Jackson Dart came back, the whole stadium was cheering. And Jackson Dart, they already had a 27-17 lead, I think, at that time. It was in the third quarter. And in 3 starts, Jackson Dart has looked nice. And I'm all like, I kind of have it's nothing against Genty. It's not his fault. He's not getting the ball. 14 carries, probably averaging the whole season. 11 carries averaging the whole season. But I wanted Jackson Dart. And I think did Demon King kind of put us onto Jackson Dart? Wasn't he kind of like?
Yeah, no, he was a fan of Jackson Dart. I was even a fan of picking Jackson Dart later in the rounds, because that's where he was slated to go, and he went somewhere around where I think everyone kind of expected him to go. So I mean, he was one that was high on the list as what would you call that third tier of the college quarterbacks?
Yeah.
Some people might have even had him possibly in that second tier kind of, thing. But hindsight's 2020 in that shit.
I know. I
remember we had Geno at the time, and Pete Carroll is stuck on Geno Smith.
And that's what I'm just kind of like, I look at Jackson Dart and I'm all like, what would have happened if we had drafted Jackson Dart? Now, what's going to hurt Jackson Dart is him not sliding when he takes off and running. But, like you said, hindsight 2020, I don't watch a lot of college football.
We go like this. I know everyone expected, the Giants to be crap. It seems like, they're doing something right now. But again, we had the same talk about Jaden Daniels. Would he be the same Jackson Dart on this Raider team as he is with the Giants right now, with the coaching staffs and how they preparing and all this other stuff? Right now, even if we had Jackson Dart, where he'd be?
Not playing because Geno Smith.
He'd be on the bench because Pete Carroll had the problem with benching his boy, his guy, the QB of the future.
Scatterboo had 3 touchdowns last night. I believe, and in that last one, he did that whole backflip thing he did. Vince, I remember he had Scatterboo on his. He also had the kicker loop on his. On his mock draft when we did the draft show. I mean, what? I honestly think that maybe Jackson Dart would be a little bit better than Jaden Daniels with our current situation, because you've seen Jackson Dart. He was making more plays on his feet, like quicker. Now I know that's the young rookie in him. I'm used to running, so that's my first instinct real quick. And that's what I want Geno Smith to do. You don't have to be Jackson Dart and try to run and try to go head on to linebackers and stuff like Jackson Dart did. That's the what's that called? The hubris of him being young. A rookie quarterback, realize, gonna get that smack, that one gets smacked, that, oh wait, I'm in the NFL now. I'm not in college. But Jackson Dart was making a lot of plays on his feet, getting out of the pocket, out of the parking lot, like all of us want to be when we see Geno Smith throw 2 interceptions. But having him get out of the pocket and making plays, and Geno Smith is not in duress like that for him to do.
The key thing was he was making plays with his legs. He was running the ball. He wasn't afraid to go past the line of scrimmage and take the yards that were being given to him.
Yeah.
What's with the Raiders quarterbacks? We say they're mobile. They're running quarterbacks. Minshew, let me run along the line of scrimmage. Freaking Geno Smith. I don't even know what the line of scrimmage looks like, but I know I can't pass it. You know, it's one thing. They're all trying to be, it feels like, they're all trying to be Patrick fucking Mahomes. Who, he likes to run around and do all that shit, you know, to make the plays, but he can make the play. And he does pass the line of scrimmage as well. But, you know, he does all that, you know, running 50 yards to throw, you know, a ball, you know, downfield and everything, giving this guys time. These younger guys who are being successful is because they'll run, go, okay, my guys ain't open. I see 7 yards in front of me. Let me take those 7 yards.
Yeah.
And Geno,
yeah.
I mean, I get you got older legs, but you built your career off of running.
You know who was old and still was running, and I don't want to use him as a reference because he did play for the rival. He won 2 Super Bowls in a row and retired. He did a helicopter flip going into the end zone in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm talking about? Did you freeze?
Yeah, probably.
John Elway. John Elway was like 52 years old, winning Super Bowls on his legs. Because it's like it's and the thing that I just get irritated with Geno Smith. It's like when you talk to him after the press, after the game in the press conference, and it just seems like it's excuses. There's no passion. It's on me, my bad. But he says that the cliches are, special teams, defense, it's all on me. Okay, that's a cliche I can tell because you don't play special teams and you don't play defense. Well, actually, yes, you do play defense because when you throw the ball to the other team, now you're officially on defense. When you throw the ball to the team, you make 9 interceptions. I'm not trying to diss Geno. This is just the reality, like Hondo says. I live in reality. And the reality is what we said on Wednesday, talking about when we were breaking down that interception that him and Pete Carroll were using as excuses for this horrible game that we had this past Sunday with the tip ball. Because all they kept talking was the tip ball. He made a great play, the tip ball. Then we saw that, yeah, it was a tip ball. I mean, like, it was a great play on the defender, but Geno Smith took that extra step, and then when he went to go take that extra step, when he had the window was open, when he took his first step that he could have went and threw it to Jack Besh in the back of the end zone, he took that extra step, which gave more time for the defender to jump, and then the guy's arms are already up, and then he threw the ball right into his arms, and then with a tip ball, yeah, you did that. Here's Pete Carroll, and they asked him, and it's not necessarily based on that same thing what I'm saying, but it's just the timing of the offense, but it does tie into Geno. This is what Pete Carroll also said in his press conference earlier today.
Geno averages the 4th highest time to throw in the league. Is that stat a problem for you? And if so, how do you help him?
Always, sure. We want the ball out. Yeah, we would want the ball out much quicker than that. That's not been consistent with his pass, but so we got to do better.
Which sounds like Geno Smith is regressing. That's not consistent with his past of what Pete Carroll knows him in Seattle. And you saw Asylum on this game on Sunday, this last Sunday, that Forsythe going in for Miller wasn't really a drop-off. He, for the most part, kept whoever he had to block in check. That line wasn't as hurt as it seemed when Miller went down. That tip ball was a clean pocket.
Yeah.
So, what is going on?
I said it before. Look at, he's got 9 interceptions. I think all but 2 or 3, and I'm being generous saying 3, were clean pockets.
Yeah.
He was not under duress with those. They were bad reads by Geno, throwing behind a receiver because his timing is off, as you said numerous times. If this is all falling, the interceptions are falling on Geno. And then the problems with the coaching, which we called out on Wednesday, is the fact that you're not willing. You claim competition. This is competition. Well, I'm sorry. He's the worst quarterback we got on the team right now. I know Peggy had her rant about, Pickett, even O'Connell, everything else. But how do we know if we don't put them in the game?
Yes.
It comes down to, the message you send by keep throwing out Geno to the fans and to the team. He wanted to he's all right, keep the faith, like knows how. You know what I'm saying? You got the whole fucking thing of you're sending a bet. I want to fill the stadium full of Raiders fans, but I'm gonna keep putting out a problem. That's not gonna fill the seats with Raiders fans.
Yeah. I got a Rolls Royce, and you buy bad gas, Carol Kelly, the special teams guy, and Mark Davis, and can't show him off because your car runs like. You know what? This is like the movie. What Edward put. This is like the movie Hangover. They had that nice vintage. I don't know. I forgot what it was. They had the nice car. Was it Rolls Royce? They had the nice car. Drive it into Vegas. Get wasted.
Or was it a Mercedes? I think it was.
I think it was a Mercedes. I think it was a Mercedes. I don't know. It was a nice car, and they go over there to hang out, to Las Vegas, get wasted, hangover concept of the movie, and the car just gets totaled. It was an old Mercedes, Hayward said, and the car just gets totaled. But the vehicle that they had mainly in that movie was a police car. So we need to call the police because Geno Smith keeps robbing us of possessions, and we got to put this to an end.
And money.
We need Kenny Pickett and money because and games, everything you could think of, he's giving it away, and it's like that's not okay. But let's look at that. Let's look at that, okay? Because we're gonna go on forever about Geno Smith because we're frustrated. We're frustrated. My car needs repairs. Please help. Geno Smith. Hold on. Put that comment up. Geno Smith. Hold on. You didn't see it? Where'd it go? Right there.
Comment, I see it. I saw it.
Geno Smith. Yeah.
Geno Smith went to that Whitening Center.
Geno Smith is light-skinned here because he's scared to go back there and play offense because it keeps throwing. I don't know. I got a game this weekend. I'm scared. Anyways. Okay. So let's look at this game. Tennessee Titans coming into the Allegiant Stadium. Hopefully, it'd be more Raider fans. I never seen Tennessee Titans fans travel like that, but you never know. You never know. You guys see what I said? Oh, wait. What did? Hold on. What did he say? Right here. This is a good show, guys. I'm new here, but I'm digging it. Thank you. And I saw. No, we've seen you many times though. I remember you. You came in a few weeks ago, like after the Patriot game
or something like that.
Yeah, and then he had the prediction: Raiders 3, Titans 2.
He always has a prediction.
School. Yeah. And it used to be like really like high, like Raiders are gonna get 40-some points, and I said, and it gets flipped because
it was like 60, it was like 72 to 10 or some shit. We can't even get out of our own way with friggin' Geno Smith.
Well, he got the this is the where to go. Let's go back to that real quick. The score. Well, he had the score Raiders 3, Titans 2. That's A's versus the Astros. No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Houston Oilers.
The one that scores all the points.
I'm thinking of Houston Oilers, Houston Astros. What team was in Tennessee from baseball? I don't know.
I can't even think of it. Damn.
I don't know. Okay, here we go. Let me talk about it. Okay, looking at this right now, the Titans yards per game, they're on offense 233.8, which is 31st. 85.2 is 28th. That's rushing yards, and then passing yards 148.6, which is 32nd, and then points per game 14.6, which is 31st. So in the offensive categories, they're in the lower to bottom of the league. They still got better rushing than us. Oh, no, we're 20th now. I'm used to last year, I guess. Their defense, 366.8, which is 25th total yards a game. 146.8 of that is on the ground, which is 30th that they give up. 220 is 21st in the league, which is what they give up in the air. And they gave up 28.2 points a game, 26th in the league. So come on, Raiders. They're giving it to us. They're giving it to us. Just don't give it back. Because our offense, 322.8 total yards a game, which is 18th. Rushing yards, 11.6, which is 20th. We got to get that up. It means we got to give Genty more chances, more touches. Passing yards, 210.2, which is 16th.
All right. Is that averaging? We only average 11 yards a game in rushing?
11 yards. Wait. I probably meant to see. That was my fault. I seem to be screwing up this a lot. So,
well, no, I'm just.
It could be true.
It's possible, but I would have thought it was better than that. Especially being 20 and they got 85, and they're 28.
That's my fault. That's my fault. People, don't be mad at me. That's my fault. Okay, it's my fault. So, hey guys, blame it on me. Blame it on me. Whether it's the graphics or the internet.
I make sure that was a typo. That's supposed to be 116 yards a game.
Maybe, yeah. That's probably 116. So I'm not Geno Smith. Blame it on me. Whether it's the graphics, the internet, or your guys' reception over there. It's on me. Put it on me.
We've heard that a lot of fucking quarterbacks.
Yes, 210.2.
I don't know why it's acceptable for Geno and nobody else. But
they put the script out there. That's what they're looking at when they go up there and do their press conferences. 210.2 yards a game that we throw in the air, 16th in the league, and it probably could be more if it doesn't go into the other hands. I sound bitter, don't I? 16.6 points a game, which is 30th that we score. Our defense gives up 328.2 yards a game, which is 19th. 102.8 of that is on the ground, which is 13th. 226.8 of that is in the air, which is 22nd. And then we give up 27.8 points a game, which is 25th. I have more faith in you all than Geno. Blame the graphics on me or on the receivers. Even though he's a rookie, but it's not his fault he's a rookie. Oh, Geno Smith. Never seen a more out of touch, cheap team of Raider coaches and players. And Ed, I was trying to defend us Raider fans who we all thought that with Pete Carroll coming in, we figured Pete Carroll has done this before, that he would have an answer to why we have been, is the word inept or non? I don't know.
Hey, we're talking about Geno, that's a proper word.
Yeah, well, we haven't been good. Whether it's personnel, coaching, scheme, or whatever it is. So we thought not Geno Smith, but we thought Pete Carroll and then him bringing Geno Smith, having a quarterback that he knows was going to help. But it didn't work out. Y'all should be a fun game. D can't be holding you guys too much for we all know it's up to Geno. It's tough seeing him say sorry many times with the NFL mic'd up. Did y'all hear? No, I see it. I saw the article, but I didn't see the video, and I should have had that ready. My bad, guys. Let's blame it on me. That's 2 interceptions for me right now. Okay, so keep counting it. 2 interceptions on me. If I go 3, then that's gonna reach my total in the show. 3 mistakes. And that's what I'm saying, Ed. When we played the clip of Max Crosby, where he just kind of said, "We gotta see the film." He's just going into his cliches, it's like I got nothing to say because no matter what we say or what.
Lynch already said, I'm here just so I don't get fined. And
yeah.
we know Max is a follower.
Yeah. So it's just how it is, you know. It's sad. It's sad. We're going into week 6 and we're already, a lot of us are like, I don't trust this team. I don't trust this team. And the most important position in all the sports.
I was going to say, when Ed, talking about their offense, but he doesn't, that's because, if you give them the ball on their own 30-yard line, it makes it a lot easier to score touchdowns when you don't have to drive down a field.
Yeah. Oh, I love our audience. Look at this one right here. Yeah, the Raiders season is shot, and I haven't sung yet. The fat lady is here, but she's warming up her vocal cords. Gotta hit the high note. Let's look at the comparison between the two quarterbacks. All right, I feel like why are we having more fun talking about?
I remember one of them is the rookie.
Yeah, the number 1 overall pick. But you don't hear too much about him. He just tries to do his work, and you don't hear he doesn't bring a whole circus and all that. Whatever, he just tries to do his job. Unfortunately, before the Titans, they're a bad team. But I think Pete Carroll kind of admitted it in the press conference after the game on Monday that this is taking longer than I thought, which code word means we are rebuilding, which probably code word means get ready for some moves, meaning
we're seeing a lot of trades happening.
Yeah.
The Raiders' name's not in it, which scares the living crap out of me because the next time you see a trade and the Raiders are involved, it's not going to be somebody coming to the Raiders. It's somebody leaving the Raiders.
And that's what's probably going to happen. One of our big name guys, I would say Jacoby Myers is probably the higher chance of going. I was going to
say, take a side bet on who the first Raider player to get traded is.
It's probably Jacoby Myers. But they could hit a home run and be like, oh, we got 4 first-round draft picks. Oh, who'd you send? Max Crosby.
I think it could be Max.
That's what I'm saying. We're going to be in a hole. Mark Sanchez, a World War II vet, got lippy with me today, so I handle business.
No one just. It's the same shit as it was on Wednesday.
Come on, man. What did you order on DoorDash? That's what I want to know. Or McDonald's needs to get delivered now, or the fries gets cold in 5 minutes. I'm not sitting here eating plastic fries. Okay. Looking at this right now, both quarterbacks 1-4 for the season. Geno Smith 65% completion to Cam Ward's 51.8. 1176 passing yards for Geno Smith, 879 for Cam Ward. Passing yards and attempt 7.2 to Cam Ward's 5.4. Passing yards a game 235.2 to Cam Ward's 175. But here's where it gets interesting. Yes, Geno Smith has 4 more touchdowns than Cam Ward, 6-4. But Geno Smith, who was a rookie again, Asylum?
It's Cam Ward.
Cam Ward is, but
Geno Smith is playing like one.
Yeah. Al Davis just win once every
6 games or so.
6 games or so. I gotta clean these glasses. Okay. Geno Smith 9 interceptions to Cam Ward's 3. So that right now is the most important stat right there is the interceptions, because like we keep saying, you're giving them, it's not necessarily that the other team is getting a lot of points off of it. It's you're giving away possessions. You're going down the field.
That's because the defense is doing its job before they're too goddamn tired. I don't think we've allowed what? 1 touchdown out of 9 interceptions?
I think 1.
That's what I said. 1 touchdown.
Oh, I thought you said no
touchdowns. 9 interceptions.
Yeah.
I don't blame the defense at all. They've done their job to minimize those interceptions as much as they can.
See, well, hold on. I'm gonna slightly disagree with Accelerator. He said Geno Smith can probably still within this league, but he needs a loaded squad. We ain't got that. And the way he's playing, I mean, Jack Besh was in the
Go ahead. I got something I'm gonna say afterwards.
Jack Besh, we're gonna go off of the tip that the excuse that Geno Smith keeps using. Jack Besh was in the back of the end zone. He was gonna get wide open. If Geno Smith would have had his timing right and threw the ball and not take that extra step to get that defender up to knock the ball down and it ended up becoming an interception, he would have made that throw. He would have made that touchdown. It would have been 7-7, I think, or 7-3. I can't remember. I just know it ended bad. But that right there is on Geno Smith. You know, you got to. It's his confidence is gone. His confidence is shot. It's shot. It's done. He has a slightly better offensive line now than he did in Seattle, and he didn't make this many mistakes early on in the season last year than he's doing now. Okay, go ahead.
I was going to say, according to Accelerator, Geno's the football version of LeBron. That's what I just read when I read that. He needs a loaded squad and still can't get it fucking done.
Okay, so who are we trading away? Everybody. Just to win now. Will you take it though? Haven't won a Super Bowl in 40 years. If Geno was LeBron James trading everybody away just to win right now, a lot of folks would take that. Just give me a win so I know for sure that I have a Super Bowl victory under my belt during my time before I die.
First of all, Geno can never take anybody to a Super Bowl. Okay, plain and simple. I mean, at least I guess LeBron can at least do that much. And to have a loaded team, in order to do shit, you can't trade nobody away. You know, only the people who threaten him. So that's what, everybody on the offense? Because right now, Jacoby Myers has less interceptions than Geno Smith.
True. Do you think Kyler Murray would fit here? I would say Kyler Murray would find more ways to make plays because he uses his feet more, he uses his legs more. He is younger where he can do that. But we just got to see if Geno Smith, and I guess that's the question I want to ask you, Asylum. Do you think, and it's probably like a no, but do you think that if Geno Smith has another multi-interception game, let's say not the three, his career high, but let's say like a 2, like last game, does Pete Carroll have no choice to pull him out the game? Because at this point, it's like you're just letting him just throw the game away. You know?
Okay.
Do you think he'll pull him?
He has enough evidence right now to sit Geno Smith for this game.
Ed said no.
Again, we're talking about benching Geno. We never said for the full season, right? What we have said, and what have we seen before? How many good caliber quarterbacks, and I'm fucking stretching the word good here, have you seen who have gotten benched for a game, maybe even 2 games, but gotten benched and turn around and turn their season around because of the benching?
Honestly, I was going to say maybe a Kirk Cousins, but he got benched, and then Penix came in, and he got benched, and then they kind of went back and forth, and then now Penix is the guy.
I'll give you the most recent one: Bryce Young and Carolina Panthers.
Oh yeah.
He got benched for a few games, and they came out. And, I'm not saying he's a great quarterback, anything else like that, but we've seen it out of good quarterbacks. They have those bad, runs. For whatever reason, it's keep them in there to think. Not to mention, what's it going to help the team? They're going to see, oh shit, maybe he's serious about this competition. We got new vitality. Sometimes just a change, right? What do most coaches do with running backs? They go with the hot hand for that game.
Yeah.
But do they give it to the same running back over and 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 over again? No. They switch it up and then see, well, shit, he's running the ball good. I'm going to just keep giving it to him after, a certain point in the game. Gino is so fucking comfortable. He's making the big bucks. We know that. He let everybody know that. Okay? He's making the big bucks, and he's confident that, his daddy ain't going to take him out the game. We're seeing right here. What was my bitch about having Deion Sanders as the head coach and Shador as the quarterback?
If he was to make mistakes, will his father be able to bench his own son in the NFL if he starts messing up or starts, whatever, turning over the ball, whatever, not playing good quarterback, football?
And right now, we're seeing that happen with Pete Carroll and Geno Smith.
All our fears are coming true.
Right
and that's
now,
what
I'm going to disagree about one of those names.
And that's what a lot of coaches do is, we need a spark. And the Giants, who under Dayball, he's in his third year. He should have got fired last year, but he's in his third year, and they got that rookie. That's what we're talking about from last night's game. But he put him in there a few games ago. After he put him in there when what's his name?
Russell
Wilson, after he had that career game where that high scoring game in overtime against the Cowboys. Next game he sucked again, and then they say, "Yeah, we're gonna put in the rookie," and the rookie hasn't let go of the position since. And I mean, Dayball knew that anything I do now, I'm gonna get fired. So that's why he was so mad. Where is he ready? Get him out the 10. Let's go. Get him back out there. But
he didn't want Russell Wilson out there. He was afraid to put Russell Wilson out there.
Because
just like we're afraid when Geno Smith comes running off that sideline.
Yeah, and that's what Pete Carroll. I'm sorry, you got to pick it out there and hope that he gives a spark. Gives you a spark because you don't know, and Kenny Pickett's going to move around and use his legs. It's just not. It's not working with Geno Smith, and
maybe Pickett's a better fit for a Chip Kelly offense. We don't know because we haven't seen it.
Yeah, and isn't Chip Kelly's offense supposed? I mean, I know it's supposed to be a lot of running too, which we haven't seen, but isn't it supposed to be kind of fast paced too? Like when it
is. It's fast paced. It's a lot more shorter. It's like West Coast, right? West Coast is all about dink, dunk, a few deep shots, but you're really controlling the middle of the field. And right now, when Geno's throwing the ball and doing it to the middle of the field, it's been working.
Yeah.
Until he starts throwing interceptions. And then he gets, whatever happens in his brain, it's just one of those, I just don't know. It's just Geno is on pace to throw. Actually, it was 27. Now it might be 30 plus. So, at this rate, and that comment about practice from Pete Carroll is so fucking ridiculous.
Talking about practice, not a game.
I mean,
not the actual
that's
game.
like believing, I don't know. That's like believing the sky is green.
It can be if you're in an area where the sky is green. In Raiders, everything is practice. All right, let's look at the numbers, the players of the offense, of the offensive leaders of both teams. We already talked about Cam Ward, 51.8% completion percentage, 879 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Their leading rusher, Tony Pollard, 82 attempts, 328 yards, 2 touchdowns, 21. Along of 21. Cam Ward is their second leading rusher with 14 attempts, 36, along of 12. No touchdowns for him. Calvin Ridley receiving 15 receptions, 272 yards, no touchdowns, 47 long. And Chig Akwonkar 17 receptions, 172 yards. Okay, won't go. So the receivers have no touchdowns. Looking at our guys, see that we have a decent, I don't want to say squad, but like we got guys who can make plays. We just have to get someone to give them the ball to make plays.
We got 10 players on offense. Well, okay, no. Let's say we've got 6 players on offense that could do their jobs and go. We got an offensive line that is starting to get things together a little bit, but they're not playing great. And we got the main position that's got his head so far up his own fucking ass that he can't see what the hell's going on the field.
Wait, Accelerator, who did you hire? I just want to know. Just for plausible deniability, but I just want to know, who did you hire? I'm just sorry. That's mean. That's
what I'm talking about, Ed. I mean, we saw them. We saw the Colts bring out their backup. Obviously, they're winning. But how many times do you see teams? Numerous times. You see a coach, when the score is as bad as it was, not only do they go for the touchdown instead of kicking a field goal, but they bring in, by the end of the third quarter, Pickett should have been in that game. He couldn't have done any worse.
Heart. The hitman. You know, this is a perfect time to bring back Bill Callahan. Not just for him, not for him to coach the Raiders, but just for him to go on the podium and say that famous line he said when he said, "We got to be the dumbest team in America." The Raiders. Because I'm gonna give Pete Carroll the benefit of the doubt. Okay, Pete, look. I know, because I just turned 40, you know, and you get to that age, you get into that get off my lawn stage where I don't know if Gino is your lawn, and you're like, get off my quarterback, get off my Gino, get off my lawn, don't bother with him. But it's like, Pete Carroll, look, okay, you got to understand that your lawn, there's more fertilizer on your lawn than there is grass. And if Gino is your grass, it's all fertilizer. That's what I'm trying to say. Because he's playing like fertilizer. And like you have to.
And I'm going to play this, and this is for every Pete Carroll and Geno Smith presser going, you know, that's been going on here for the last 4 weeks.
Everything that guy just says bullshit. Thank you.
That's what this coming right there.
Miklo, what is up? Eric Allen receivers Hall of Fame ring during halftime. Thank you for that. I wish I can go and see that too, because Eric Allen and Eric Allen played in the teams, the last Raider teams to make noise. I know they got to the Super Bowl, they didn't win the Super Bowl, but they were the last Raider team to make noise. And you know, I don't know, was that well, yeah. That's I miss those days. That's I wasn't alive during the actual golden years of the Raiders when they won 76, 80, 83 during that era with John Madden and Tom Flores. My era is Joe Bugle, John Gruden, Bill Callahan, Norv Turner, Art Shell, who was after Art Shell? See, and then somebody Lane Kiffin, Tom Cable,
shit, at this point I'd rather have Tom Cable back.
Actually, it's Lane Kiffin. It's Lane Kiffin, then Tony Sperano, then Tom Cable. No, I skipped the whole thing. I skipped the whole thing. I forgot Dennis Allen, then Tom Cable, then Hugh Jackson. I don't know. I got it all mixed up now. Hugh Jackson was still with Al Davis, and then Dennis Allen came when Davis passed away the year after Tom came. Yeah. See that's my era. That's my era.
Yeah.
And yes, I remember that. Al Davis tried to have him play one more season, and he even had the check written out for him, and he said, no, I can't do it. That's when he retired. Yeah. And there's a story that he said about that game too, where if Charles Woodson didn't hit Tom Brady on what became the tuck rule game or the tuck rule play, the fumble, he would have had the interception because he was standing right there in the huddle with all the Patriots on the sideline. They didn't even see him there. So he knew the play was coming to him. And then, what happened after that. Comeback story, but you can only live on that for so long. Geno Smith's comeback story is already over. It's over like the comeback story that I'm stealing this from Park and Recreations. Geno's story, comeback story is finished just like Kim Kardashian's comeback story with Ray J on the comeback. I stole that joke. Okay, Asylum. Let's do this real quick. Let's pause real quick. For those watching, let's pause real quick with our shameless plug. I got it. Here we go. Just a little commercial break and we'll come back and finish the show. Here we go.
Hello, everyone. I get to do the shameless plug too. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to The Cage Match Show on YouTube. And hit that bell like you want to hit Roger Goodell for messing up our favorite sport. And also, help me out by going to Dubby.gg. Put Cage Match in the discount code box and get 10% off your order. Get that energy like me doing all these segments. Back to the show.
Every time I hear the music, I don't know if you ever watched and I was singing in front of my girlfriend, she gets mad. You ever watch King of Queens when Doug tried to learn how to play guitar? And he only wrote one song because he was only playing one chord. Doug and Carrie, Doug and Carrie, Doug and Carrie, Doug and Carrie. Arthur. Watch. When that song plays again, you'll be like, oh, I hear it now. Now it's stuck in my head. Okay, Saddam, we complained, we talked about it, we did this and that, but that's why they pay me the big bucks. He's not even intelligent. And that's what Hondo said. For what? To throw interceptions? Because touchdowns ain't happening. Okay, Solemn. Actually, no, let's do this. I almost skipped it. Let's look at who's going to be playing this Sunday on the field. So, say it to my face full. That's like Kardashian.
Show up, and I would.
Yeah, what else are you gonna have her put in her face? Anyways, okay, Solemn.
We'll see about another comeback story.
Come back on your face. Okay, let's look at this right here. And let's look at who's gonna be out, who's gonna be in on this Sunday's game. Brock Bowers. It was announced today during Pete Carroll's press conference. What is up, KDO? Kim Kardashian asked for someone to put something in her face. So whoever wants to volunteer, she is taking volunteers right now. Kim Kardashian is. All right. Brock Bowers is ruled out for this game with that same knee. So it was already announced today by Pete Carroll's press conference that Brock Bowers is out. AJ Cole, Pete Carroll said today that he will be that he has kicked good. He's still listed as questionable with the right ankle, but he said he looked good out there kicking, so he'll be out there. He should be ready to go. Max Crosby is on the report, but he had a full practice with the knee, but he had a full practice, so he should be playing. Michael Mayer has cleared full practice all week, so he should be out there playing. So at least we get one of our starters back at tight end. So that's good. Jackson Powers Johnson is on here with an ankle, full practice. He ain't, because it's always competition with him. So he has to make sure he's there to keep his
he has
position.
to be on the field because otherwise, Kappa might steal his job.
Eric Stokes might come should see the field this week. He has missed, I believe, the last 2 games since he got injured in the Washington game. I believe that's when he got injured, Washington game.
Yes,
so
same game as Bowers. No, Bowers was the week before. Sorry, Chargers. My bad.
And then that was Chargers, yeah. And then JJ Pagis, the rookie, D tackle with the knee, he's full practice, so he should be good to go on that one. And then you look at the Tennessee Titans, they have a long list. Guys who are out. Blake Hans, offensive lineman shoulder, he's out for the game. Marcus Harris, cornerback calf, he is out for the game. He's out. Van Jefferson, wide receiver ankle, he's questionable. Arden Key will not be facing his former team, a former Raider #1 pick, Arden Key. He has a quad. He is out for this game. J.C. Latham, offensive tackle. He wasn't he last year's rookie? Isn't he second year?
Latham,
I remember that. So. Or 2 years. Right. Was he the Brock Bowers draft? Or was he?
I think it was last year. I think you're right.
Well, he's out. Oh no, he's questionable with a hip. And then you got Tyler Lockett. He's on rest, but he should be going. James Lynch, the tackle, shoulder. He should be a full go. Bryce Oliver, wide receiver, knee, light practice. He's out. Tony Pollard. He just had rest. He's full participant in practice. He should be going. Jeffrey Simmons, the tackle, ankle. He should be going full practice today. Joyce Sly, kicker. So they got kicking issues too. With injuries, right calf. He is out. So they probably have they will have a backup kicker. LaJarius Sneed, cornerback, rest. He's a full go.
He came from the Chiefs, and he's fucking has more pass interference that don't get called than any other person in his position.
Sneed?
Yes.
Well, he be playing, so hopefully. Tajay Spears, running back.
Don't get called.
Oh, don't get called.
He's always early. He's always there before the ball, but it does. At least when he was with the Chiefs, it hardly got called.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, because he's not wearing Chiefs colors, they see him now. Oh yeah, you left you left our favorite team. Tajay Spears, running back, ankle, full practice today. He should be a go. James Williams, linebacker, wrist, full practice all throughout the week. He should be a go. Kevin Winston Jr., safety, strong safety. I mean, a strong safety. Yes, I think it's strong. Safety. Hamstring, light practice, but full today. So he should be a go. That is your injury report. Asylum, real quick before we do our Friday thing. We always
history.
Yes. What is your keys to the game? Don't throw interception.
Don't throw an interception. Bench Geno Smith and get your head out your ass.
I'm gonna say don't throw interceptions. Well, I'll be nice. I'll be nice, Kay. I'll be nice. No turnovers. Offensive line continue because they played good last week, so continue with that. And you really want to ask, and it says, and number 3, benched. Well, I had it too, and I lost it. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Oh, no, I know what it was. Give the ball to Ashton Genty. Okay? If Geno's not going to do it, just give the ball to Ashton Genty. Let him run the ball. Like Asylum keeps saying.
If Geno's in the game, just hand the ball off every play. Let them stack the box.
Yeah, just if you get an interception credited, if you get an interception credited towards you, if you get an interception credited to you for a handoff, then that's when you know you got to pull them. Okay, that's when you know you got to pull them. Okay, just how can they pick a hand off the ball? Okay, just
somehow it'll be Ashton Genty's fault.
He's a rookie, but it's not his fault. It's not his fault, you know. There's 2 keys to victory. 1, review all the stuff we did last week. Don't do anything of that. Accelerator, you need to go over there and do the game planning because Pete Carroll, I don't know what's going on.
Keys. I got to give it to him.
That's what I'm saying. He needs to go over there and be the one like, hey, guys, look, okay, for reals, don't do what you did last week, okay? Simple as that. Simple as that. If Geno, if you want to throw, just run. If you got to run, well, stick to running. Don't throw the ball. Just hand off. Okay, I'll give you a toss. Okay, do an option toss. Okay, do that. Just don't I'm gonna get nervous every time it goes back to pass. I'm already there. I already got anxiety. Okay, let's do this before we get out of here. Every Friday, we do a segment called Know Your History.
Know your fucking history.
My mom could be watching. That's why I don't use the bad words. So this week, we're going to go back in time to, as we were talking about, the era.
Oh, sorry.
The era that is my era. The last time we won a game is what I call it. The last time, and I was at that game up in Mount Davis. I still got the ticket. It's in my back wall. It's in my living room wall. On my big Raiders shield on the wall. That's the last time I claim the Raiders won a game, because that's the last time it matters. Going to Super Bowl 37. We don't talk about 37. We're just going to talk about this one. Raiders versus Titans, January 19th, 2023, which I believe was a year after the Tuck Rule game, literally right after the anniversary. But Raiders took care of business against the Titans and went to the Super Bowl for the first time in 19 years. So here we go. I thought I'll have you press the clip, but here we go. This is Know Your History, 2002 Raiders versus Titans. Last time. Oh, there you go.
And all you Raiders out there need to know your fucking history.
Getting the win, the Tennessee Titans in our way. Hey, one way to do it. Whoop their ass on 3. 1, 2, 3. Whoop their ass.
And corner right, runs a crossing route, end zone, no throw there. Gannon has a turn again. Now throws, caught, corner, touchdown, Raiders.
That's big. That's big.
Incredibly, the Raiders called only one running play in the first half, a strategy that Gannon and Porter worked to perfection. Callahan then sent Charlie Garner out of the backfield, and his touchdown put them up by 7. Minutes later, however, the Titans surged ahead.
Come on, we gotta score, come on, we gotta take the lead away.
Oakland tacked on a quick 10 points to retake the lead, and a trip to the Super Bowl was in their sights.
Listen, we are 30 minutes away. You understand? 30 minutes and it starts here.
Gannon looks left, nobody open, he can run for the end zone. Here he goes, Gannon into the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders! The Oakland Raiders have won the American Football Conference in 2003.
The Oakland Raiders. It's an unshakable commitment to excellence. It's pride and poise. It's decades of dominance. It's the collective will of the Raider Nation. It's the tradition of the silver and black forever.
Even slow ass Gannon can run fucking for positive yards. Jesus.
I'm not gonna lie. When I put that clip together and I saw those highlights again, I'm not gonna lie, okay? Say whatever you want, you can tease me, I don't care, okay? I cried a little bit because I missed those days. And it was only for 3 years, you know, when Gruden came in. Gruden came in 99. No, Gruden came in 98, and he had Jeff George. Then he got rid of Jeff George. He brought in Rich Gannon. 99, we beat the Chiefs to go 8-8, and that propelled us. That's the word, right? Propelled or launched, whatever. To go 2000, go to the championship game, lose to the Ravens. That should have been a flag on Saragusa. If you know, you know. And then the next year should have been a fumble. Well, everyone knows that one. That was a tuck roll. And then we finally get there. We finally get there. And that was a heavyweight fight. Okay, that was the Raiders and that was the Titans. That was Rich Gannon versus Steve McNair. Okay, you know, Tyron Wheatley and Charlie Garner versus 27. I'm forgetting his name right now, but the running back for the Titans, it was number 27. I don't know why I'm forgetting his name.
Jones?
No, who? No,
Chris Johnson.
No, that's way after. No, I'm forgetting his name.
You know what I'm talking about.
That was way after. I'm forgetting his name. He wore number 27. But He was on the cover of one of the Madden video games too. But I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. But
I'm drawing a blank too. I gave you the names I could think of.
He wore 27 in that era, 2002, and he was on the cover of Madden one year, and then he got hurt, of course, because the curse. And I'm forgetting his name right now. And
this is real.
He's a bald dude. He went to Dallas after Tennessee. I can't remember his name right now. If anybody remembers, you can let me know. I'm forgetting his name.
Because I'm
the Raiders, like that team, a bunch of veterans, Romanowski on defense. I can name almost everybody on that the starting Raiders offense. You had Barry Sims at left tackle. You had Middleton at left guard. You had Barrett Robbins at center. You had I think Mo Collins was still there at right guard, and you had Lincoln Kennedy at right tackle. You had Doug Jolly was your tight end with Roland Williams, and then you had your receivers Tim Brown, Jerry Rice, Eddie George. There you go, Eddie George. That's the one, Eddie George. So I don't know why I couldn't remember his name. Eddie George.
Say that name too.
Yeah, Tim Brown, Jerry Rice, Jerry Porter, James Jett. I think he was kind of there, but he kind of got phased out. Your running backs were Tyron Wheatley, Charlie Garner, Randy Jordan, Zach Crockett. Your fullback was John Ritchie. Oh God, Rich Gannon was your quarterback. Your backup was Terry Sopo. On defense, you had John Perella, you had Sam Adams, you had Trace Armstrong, you had Gene Upshaw. I think Tony Bryant. I don't know if he was there or he got there the year after. You had Charles Woodson. You had it was Love. His last name was Love. I forgot his first name. You had Rod Woodson in the back with Anthony Dorsett. You had Crazy Legs Johnson, Romanowski at linebacker with Napoleon Harris in the middle, and then the other one I forget who that's the one I can't remember right now is the other outside linebacker. Yeah, they were and I missed that team, but they were all at the end of their careers. So once they all retired, it was almost at the same time, and then that's when the team just dipped. Everyone was legit except for the head coach. That is true because the head coach was just carrying along John Gruden's playbook, and whatever it was with the Super Bowl going in, that was the last time a Super Bowl. That was the last time that there hasn't been a bye week between the championship games and the Super Bowl, because that was straight right after the Super Bowl. They went straight to San Diego, and not making excuses, but we all still trying to figure out who was the reason behind whatever happened with Barrett Robbins and everything. Because Tim Brown came out, Jerry Rice came out. They all said that, it was sabotage. John Gruden, they said that was his boy, Callahan, and he wanted to give it to Callahan because Callahan didn't like the organization of the Raiders, whatever happened. And that's what we live with as Raider fans. Since then, we haven't had any success in the playoffs, got there twice, 2 winning seasons, wild card teams, lost in the first round. Lost when Derek Carr got hurt. You were at that game, Asylum, on Christmas Eve.
I was at that game. It happened right in front of me.
Yeah. Against the Colts. And end up getting killed by the Texans in that playoff game. And then we get there in 2021. And we end up throwing the interception to the guy we just released this past few days ago, and Jermaine Pratt against the Bengals. And those are the only 2 times that we've seen the playoffs that we had winning records. It's been either 8-8 or not. And this is where we were trying to say is that us Raider fans, we come into each season with some kind of hope. You know, we get all fired up because they say all the right things when they come into the press conferences. Pete Carroll, Geno Smith, when we traded for him, and we're like, okay, you know, we got something. They all say, "We just win, baby," and we think, "Oh yeah, Al Davis, yeah," and then it's and that's where we're at right now. We haven't. I don't want to say we haven't lost hope. We kind of lost hope, but we're not Raider fans. You know,
I lost hope in Pete Carroll.
I have 3% left for Pete Carroll. Geno Smith, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. But not a lot of us, we were, you know, of course, every year we hope to go to the playoffs. When we get that crazy turnaround season like the 1999 Rams, when they were 4-12 the year before, and they come back and win the Super Bowl under Dick Vermeil. But you know, it's we just want to see improvement. Show me that you're building something that we can get behind, even if it's for next year. Show me that you're building something, and it seems like we're regressing. Our special teams with the same coach you have for 3 years, regressing. Our defense, same coordinator for the last 3 years, has regressed. And I know your theory, Asylum, is Pete Carroll's probably trying to do things in there, and it's just not meshing well with Patrick Graham's calling and scheme, whatever. But right now, our defense is holding on. Our offense is hurting the team. Special teams, I know we had bad plays here and there. Giving
special
up.
Teams are special.
Yeah, they're special. But we just want to see improvement. Right now, it's all I want. Okay, we're not. The West is still somewhat open, but just show me improvement. Okay, give me improvement, and that's what we want. So that's all I got to say about that. Asylum, do you have anything that you want to get off your chest? This is a therapy session right now, real quick.
Nope. I'll save that for Wednesday.
We take on the Titans. 2 1-4 teams.
Somebody's one's got to go.
You know what's funny? It reminds me. I'm gonna go give you another. Back in my day, back in high school, junior year, okay. My squad, my high school, and the Catholic school, about a mile away from us, basically off a mission. So whole block over. Moreau Catholic, Tennyson High School, and Moreau Catholic. We go to the last game of the season, both with no wins. Okay, we got no wins. So you're thinking somebody's gonna have to come out of here with the win. We take the lead at the end of the game. And there's like a minute 30 left in the fourth quarter. So we're like, okay, all we got to do, defense, all we got to do is hold. We're up by 6. All we got to do is hold, and we're going to finish the season on a victory. Moreau Catholic goes down the field. Our cornerback, they had trips right. In the middle cornerback, he was pressing on the guy on the corner. Before the play was snapped, and all of us in the sideline heard Coach Wallace that we're going to play at the end of the show. Coach Wallace, Raider Milt, he's yelling, "Hey, back up!" to the middle quarterback, the middle cornerback in that trips. He heard it late, turns around to the side to hear what he said, turns back. The ball was snapped. Receiver takes off. Receiver goes on a simple post route, but because our cornerback tripped up and fell, he took off open post route, and it's on a 4th down too. Quarterback throws it downfield. He gets the touchdown, goes in, and he scores. Now it's tied. So now it's the extra point. We were able to block the extra point, so the game's still tied. Now there's like a minute left. 4 and out. 4 and out because we were trying to score, and the game ends up in the tie. So we're like, okay. We're going to go into overtime. Now we're going to see who's going to win. And the referees come to us and we go, oh, well, according to league rules, and at the time it was HAAL league rules, so high school, Hayward High School, Hayward, California high school rules, whatever. This game there's no playoff implications to this game, so it ends in a tie. The 2 worst teams in the league, of our league, end the season in a tie. No wins, all losses, one tie. Can you imagine if this Raider team goes against this Titan team and we come out with a tie? Would you take that as a victory or would you take that as a, of course? It's the Raiders.
Of course. That's an of course. We're favored to win. The numbers show it. You showed the numbers earlier. That would be an of course.
I mean, of course. So, come on, Raiders. You're home. This is your be like the old what's that commercial? We must protect this house. Okay, Under Armour. Come on. We must protect this house. I've had it for 6 years now. Okay. All right, that's it. That's my rant, and that's my story. That's story time, guys. That's called Know My History. So, all right, that is it. Come on, Raiders. Let's get a victory. Let's just look like we're doing something. And Geno Smith, please, if you don't throw interception. And Pete Carroll, if he throws an interception, you got to pull him. You got to pull him. If you don't pull him, you're going to lose the locker room.
If he throws it on the first play of their first series, and that man is not taken out of the game, I'm booking a flight.
This man right here, I understand what he's saying. And if we're going to take a loss to bench Geno,
I guarantee that won't happen.
I'm saying if we're going to take another loss to bench Geno, I am on the same. Bama, I'm with you. I'm with you, Bama. I'm with you.
I don't trust I don't trust Carroll to do it.
That's how bad. That's how bad I feel. I'm with you, Bama. I'm with you on this one. And remember, our special teams belong in the Special Olympics. All right, that is our show for today, Asylum. Hopefully that we have a
My name's Jeffy.
Jeffy. All right. Let's get a win. No, you know what? Let's start off small, okay? Geno Smith, just don't turn it over, okay? Let's don't turn it over. Let's start small, okay? Control the ball. Don't turn it over. Give it to Genty. Give it to Genty. Whatever play is, audible out and give it to Genty. Okay? That's what we're going to do. Okay? That's what we're going to do. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching the show. We had great views on this one, and we appreciate you guys for watching. And come back on Wednesday as we talk about what happened in this weekend. And look out for thumbnails because we might have a surprise for you guys. We won't tell you now until we make sure that we have everything in order. But follow if you're new to here, like, share, subscribe, catch up on us. We got the CMN playlist now, so check that out too. The CMN report. We got that playlist going on. It'll be a new one next week. Everyone loves that one. So come back on Wednesday. We talk about the game, and we might have a surprise. So everyone, take care. Have a good weekend. Raiders, don't ruin my weekend. Geno Smith, really don't ruin my weekend. And yes, we end every show like we always do with a word from Raider Milt. KDO knows him. That's our old teacher from back in the day in high school, my old football coach, Raider Milt, a.k.a. Coach Wallace. We keep his memory alive here in the Cage Match. Take care, everybody. Have a good weekend. Raiders, don't mess it up, okay?
Just don't.
Just don't, okay? Just say no. Here we go. Have a good night, and see you guys on Wednesday. Peace out.
All you other NFL teams, your tailgates are weak. Your teams are weak. We might be down right now, but it doesn't take away the history. And all you Raiders out there need to know your fucking history of who the fuck you playing for and where the fuck you're playing. Damn it. Oh, and by the way, I won my last cage fight again. I'm still undefeated. And you NFL motherfuckers out there that you think you want some, come on and get some anytime.